Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's Raw Dog and True Minotti in this bitch. I'ma treat the stand like a bando. We gon' get it in, let your friend know. Got your homeboy feeling like Rambo, cause he all gassed up off the ammo. On my toes like some too small sando. Stay lit like the wick of a candle. Polo drive with a true, no commando. Lane can't see me like I showed up in camo.
What up? Yeah, Musix Future.
Musix Future's Hip Hop Quarterly Review.
Is it just hip hop? I think it's just music.
Yeah, man, listen here, man. I've been struggling with this damn name for man. I don't know if I want to just do Musix Future's Quarterly Review. That's probably what we gonna leave.
But we have been pretty much focusing on hip hop though. So
yeah, for the moment, we only focusing on hip hop. But this is Musix Future's Quarterly Review.
Right. I like that.
This is the second quarter that we doing now. We did the first one. I think it went through nice. Thank all of you who have watched it. Thank you for your support. Pass it along to people. Tell them to watch it. You can skip through and jump straight to whatever your preference. If you want to see a particular review, you can jump straight in by going through the description portion of the video.
Yeah, when it says show more, you just click on that little link and it drop down and it's got the number spots, the markers of each individual interview. So if you don't want to watch Nipsey's review and you want to watch Audio Push, you just go to Audio Push or vice versa. Right. You know, so it's a lot of good music featured in that first version though, man. I swear the first quarter was real nice.
And I think that the second quarter, you know, this is sending us into the summer. So we coming out of what seemed like a little bit of the laid back vibe. The getting ready now we in spring, heading into the summer.
Yeah.
You know, the third quarter gonna pretty much start in June, so that's, you know, I'm expecting a lot of good stuff to come out this year. And so far, as of recording this right now, a lot of good stuff has come out. And one of them we gonna touch on is Logic. Logic's Bobby Tarantino 2.
Bobby.
I ain't gonna say I'm an old Logic fan, like I've been a fan of Logic from day one. But I can't remember the album I got on. But I've been a fan of this guy for a minute. I like his vibe. I like everything. Pretty much everything I've heard since I became a fan, I've enjoyed. I like the differences, the different characters I'll say he puts forward, like Bobby Tarantino.
Yeah.
You know, it has a different vibe.
That's what made this album real interesting. Yeah, I won't lie. Yeah, it's a real good album, and it's really actually getting a lot of good buzz. It's one of the first albums to kind of come out during this quarter. It's like you said, by the time we're recording this, we record these along the way as the quarter progresses. So more and more music comes out, and so far it's been a lot of dope stuff. So this has been definitely one of the ones that came out the gate on fire.
Swinging.
And yeah, so of course.
What'd you give it?
Can you put a drum roll in maybe later on?
We're gonna try that.
No, anyway, look, I was really pleasantly surprised to find out that the substance of the whole entire project met up with the hype that kind of came with it. For me, I experienced a little bit of hype before or whatever, and people was anticipating it, and I was too. I'm not a fan, like a long-term fan, like what you described. I'm kind of fairly recent, maybe in the last year or so, and most of it is I gave it 4 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, whoa.
4. This nigga V handing out 4s across the board. Seriously? 4 stars. Me personally, I gave it a nice 3. There was a little hype with it that came along with it. I was one of them people hyped for it. It didn't meet my expectations, but when I found out the name of it, I pretty much knew what I was getting. I'll say it didn't meet my initial expectations. When I found out the name of the album and what was going down, I pretty much knew to scrap my initial expectations and I knew what I was gonna get. And what I got was what my final expectation was, and that was Logic's commercial album, which is not a bad thing in my book.
So what was your rating on it?
I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3. And starting off with L's, with the lyrics, I was iffy. I almost gave it 2.5. And I still do want to give it 2.5, but it was a 2.5 strong 3. So I settled on a 3. And that's only because, care what nobody say, he's not a great spitter. He spits, he gets down, he's your average run-of-the-mill dope spitter. Like, he's cool, he's a good spitter, but he's not like that. And it's so basic at times that it angers me. Like, dude, you getting away with a cheat code, and that cheat code is that fast rap. A lot of niggas from areas where fast rap is popular, we know the cheat code. He gets away with the cheat code, but what passes him along is his depth. This boy gets deep, but he doesn't do that on this album lyrically. He set.
So what did you get? What kind of?
I gave it a full one. I gave it the full. I ended up giving it the full crosshair because he does have.
Oh, okay.
I lean towards the full crosshair.
Who knew? I was really about to think that you didn't give him the crosshair because it kind of sounded like that sounded like
I was fighting with it.
I was fighting with it. See that?
But he did his job. He named it Bobby Tarantino. And from being a fan, I understand what that is, and we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
How he approached it lyrically, he did his job.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do for his commercial album. He's given us some bars on here. He's given us conceptual songs on here. He did his job lyrically.
Right. So, okay.
Would you?
Of course, now, like I gave 4 stars because of many of those same reasons. But I mean, he's always clever with his lyrics, and I just feel like this is why I gave him the crosshair, even though they're not as conscious as some might know him as, but understanding what the concept of this album is, and his different characters. You know, what are we talking about? We talking about Logic. What did you come in listening to? Like that whole subject we was talking about off camera. You know, and it makes a lot of sense to me because I wasn't the avid fan. I listened to, being from the DJ side of it, I never sat down and like listened to a Logic album like all the way through, just listen to it like a whole listen. It always came hot singles. No, I gotta get hot music. That's what I gotta do as a DJ. So as them singles would come out, whoop, oh yeah, I got them early. You know, I got them here. So I'm hearing the music, but I never sat down and listened to it as a collection because it is different to listen to something as a collection as opposed to individual songs coming in out of order. You know what I mean? Listening to it. So as I listen to it, and I'm reflecting on the difference in between Logic and Bobby Tarantino, the lyrics started to make more sense, and I really appreciated them because they wasn't the super conscious, but they still was as clever. They still had his cleverness, his wordplay was still there, still giving you bars. So, and that's what I'm looking for in the lyrical category. I'm looking for the basic structure of the lyrics to be there, and he still held them.
He did that.
Now, whatever his theme was or the concept, that's a whole nother thing. But there was concept in it, and everything, and every track. I was feeling pretty much if it worked or if it didn't, I kind of seen where he was going with it. So lyrically, I gave him one. It wasn't like my favorite lyrics though. Don't get me wrong. No. It was more based on a skill set than a preference for me. I
fight with a lot of stuff, and that was one I ifed on.
I would rather have the logic of Logic. The substance of Logic that go with it. You know what I'm saying? The video.
But I enjoyed this. This was a fun album, and the intro sets it up for that. The intro sets it up and lets you know that's what we doing.
Beats. How did you feel about the beats that was incorporated in this project?
The beats wasn't iffy for me. Solid beat, of course. Got a crosshair. I'm good with the beats. The beats was, every beat was good, whether it was upbeat or slow. I really don't. I was good with it. I enjoyed it.
They fit. I felt like it was appropriate. Each song, the feel that you wanted for the type of song that it was, whether it was Contra or Yuck or any of those tracks though.
It gave you an industry feel.
You just you had that feel, and on some of them, like what's that? I'm trying to think of that last the commercial ones here, the last tracks. We was talking.
I get money every day.
Every day.
I be at work whipping to that shit at work clowning. They be like, what the fuck is you listening to? I get money every day.
Nah, is that shit one of my favorite beats? No, but it fit the vibe for each song. So I say he hit his mark. He got that one right in the crosshair. He gets the crosshair, of course, for me for that one for the same reason though, because there was enough.
Mm-hmm.
Now I had to take being the lyrics was the same way, but that was the same reason why I gave him the third crosshair of music for me. I gave him the musical crosshair on the third one, and based on just how well those lyrics and the beats did match up. The beats were appropriate, and it was like they fell in order right with the lyrics. And for the overall, I think the production was pretty good and everything too. But we're gonna get into your side of the music and see what crosshair if you gave it or not. But we ain't gonna tell you just yet. Play one of them Logic tracks though. We're gonna drop one of them Logic tracks, one of them Bobby Tarantino tracks.
Bobby tracks.
And we'll be right back after this word.
Y'all enjoy Musix Future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bitch, I've been blowing up. Everyone's showing up. Where was you in the beginning? I know that it's showing up. Only come around and fuck with me when the boy winning. No, you do not know enough. You do not know a thing about this life that I'm living. You never been low enough. Yeah, I was born at the bottom. Everything I'm giving now. Bitch, I've been blowing up. Everyone's showing up. Where was you in the beginning? I know that it's showing up. Only come around and fuck with me when the boy winning. No, you do not know enough. You do not know a thing about this life that I'm living. You never been low enough. Yeah, I was born at the bottom. Everything I'm giving now. Tell me who really bad it, bitch. I got it. Not a single person work harder than Bobby. Just wrote a novel, starring in the movie, built another business while you at the party. Ain't one to flex, but yeah, I'm finna flex. I just parked that new.
Yeah.
Told you that shit fire.
Bobby.
Told you that shit fire.
Bobby. Yeah, I'm just saying like I'm saying like the way he's coming off with the Bobby Tarantino character, like it's really consistent, man. Like for real. That's what I was saying about the lyrics. But back up before we went to break, and on that, I was talking about my side of why I like the musicality of the project. The musicality crosshair is how the artists combine.
Another word we make up, musicality. Yeah. Check that shit. That's ours. That's vicious.
So the way you combine the lyrics and the way he combined the lyrics and with the beats, and it just was all appropriate for me, and I had no problem with it. I liked it. It made it easy to listen to track to track going through the CD. So where did it hit on your target?
I gave the album 3 crosshairs. So we down to 2 more.
So the music though, did you give it a music?
I gave it a crosshair for music. Even though I was struggling with the lyric aspect of it, everything came out the way it was supposed to. As a whole, the songs as a whole. I think for the most, there are more songs on this album that I rock to than I don't. The beats, I love them. Again, he may not be to me the best rapper out there and all that lyrically, but his lyrics do their job when combined with the beats. He knows how to ride the beat. He knows the trickery of rapping fast, and he does it well. It's even if you know the trickery, it don't mean it's easy to do.
Yeah.
So I gotta give hats off. Right. Not everybody can rap fast. Understand that. That's a task in itself. Yeah. So he everything comes together for me, and so I give him the music hat.
But during the process, though, during the whole process of this whole differentiating, separating Logic from Bobby, I just feel like he did that good. Like what was the track we was talking about with Big Sean? What's up? Right. Now, remember how we got into the subject, the whole conversation about now.
If he would fit good on
the
Logic
right,
song,
when you marrying the music, the beats to the lyrics, and getting this third category of music, what what you gotta do is think about what I had to do was put myself in, okay, on certain beats, okay, what would Logic do? What would you want to hear Logic on? Okay, this is a certain kind of beat. And same with Bobby. Bobby is going to command because he's talking about something different. He's in a different lifestyle. The beats are kind of different. A little more this on, a little more saucy on this. And the Big Sean track kind of stood out like that because did I want to hear, could Big Sean have a side character to him? Can he be on a Logic track? He can be on a Bobby track, but could he be on a Logic track?
And that's a debatable topic. That's me personally. Big Sean on a real Logic track? No, I don't want to hear it. But there are people.
Or do you?
There are people on the opposite side who would say, "Are you serious? This nigga Big Sean to get on there and get just as deep and as serious and as lyrical, whatever you want to have in his Logic, and he can hang." And you know what? I give them that argument.
I would say he got the capability to be able
legitimate.
I would say he'll be able to pull that off.
So it's hard for me to say no. It's hard for me to say no. He could definitely go on a Logic track. I just think he would get outclassed. I think this is the best way for Big Sean to feature. Big Sean featuring on Bobby Tarantino.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's Big Sean.
Right.
He gonna outclass Logic on that Bobby Tarantino shit. That's Big Sean lane. That's perfect for him. That's his lane. I don't care how deep and how serious
that's
he
what I'm
is.
saying.
That's his lane. He's perfect for that.
But
you put him on the Logic track,
but I
Logic
wouldn't take that away from him though.
And that ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just,
it might happen, but I don't know.
remember what we was talking about with MC and Kendrick?
Yeah.
And I love Kendrick, and I think Kendrick is a more lyrical artist. He may be a better, but Nipsey is something about Nipsey. And when Kendrick jumped on that Nipsey track, that was a Nipsey track. When he jumped on that, Nipsey, in my opinion, Kendrick may have had the better bars, whatever. He got outclassed. Nipsey's verse was better than me. Nipsey
was on Nipsey's solid, like
on
Nipsey didn't miss a beat. He was all on the flow. He was breathing. Right. It was just
you rocked with it.
Man.
Kendrick, as good as he is, got outclassed on that beat. And I feel this is the same way with Big Sean. This was Big Sean jumped on this Logic in this Logic lane, and Big Sean kind of outclassed him. But he jumped into Bobby Tarantino lane. I'm sorry. He jumped into Bobby Tarantino.
Right.
Because if him and Logic get down on some serious shit, I think he gonna really take it. But dealing with the Bobby Tarantino whole aspect kind of takes us to concepts.
Right.
And while I get that whole vibe, that's not a deep enough concept.
No.
No.
I gave it to him.
No.
So you said that wasn't enough?
That's why he didn't get it. That's why he didn't get it. It's basic, beyond basic. I mean, you have to actually be a fan of Logic to really understand and its depth to it. Again, the boy's deep, so there's depth to it again. But you have to really be a fan to have that understanding before his debut album. Mind you, he got all projects. This is his debut album to the mainstream. Right. So a lot of people hearing him for the first time, but this is Bobby Tarantino too.
Right.
You know, so it encourages you to go back and listen to the old stuff.
True. But if I have to compare the Logic material to the Logic in this Bobby Tarantino, you can see the clear difference in the substance, in the context of the lyrics. For me, you know, and in that is why I gave it the 4 crosshair concept, which is the hardest, which we have admitted. It is super hard to get a concept one. It seems to be. It shouldn't be, but it is. And with everything that we said, with all that culmination of all that, I gave it to it because there is a clear difference between Logic and the character Bobby Tarantino, his alter ego,
persona, whatever you
want to call it. And I literally, I really wasn't gonna give it to him at first, but then when I went in and I thought about, okay, I wasn't sure about these beats until I started listening to the lyrics more, and then like you pointed out to me about, you pointed out some of the context differences in the lyrics. How some might say Bobby Tarantino is kind of shallow as compared to Logic. It's maybe in the deep end. You feel me? So with that being the concept, overall, I had to give it to him because he made a clear difference. Because even the beats, he picked beats that would allow him to be Bobby, and it's just a duality right here going at work. It's a duality, and he made it work conceptually through more than half of the tracks.
So y'all see,
at least more than half of the tracks.
He gave him that. He gave him the crosshair for that. He gave him the crosshair for that. So you see, he gave him the full 4. I gave him 3. Now, we about to run short on time.
Okay.
And we about to be finished. But I told you I was gonna bust his marketing, right? Mm-hmm. And it's right along the lines of what you talking.
That's right.
Right along the lines of what you talking right now. For those of you who don't have a concept of the difference between Logic and Bobby Tarantino, the boy is so scandalous. A lot of people gonna be talking whether it's good or bad. Understand, he's doing a tour that everybody, the Bobby Tarantino tour and everybody tour. Mm-hmm. Everybody was kind of, that's your Logic. You want to understand Logic for you, and you want something more recent. That's what you gonna get. That's what the Suicide Hotline song was on.
Right.
That blew him up. That got him to do that was a major song, and I seen that before it came. His next album is gonna be a Logic album. Watch what I tell you. His next album, because it's gonna be all y'all who hating on me, who mad I did a Bobby Tarantino, shut up. Boom, here go Logic.
I wouldn't doubt.
All of y'all who don't know who Logic is and have heard the debate, you want to understand the difference in what they talking about. Boom, here go my Logic album. That's great marketing. Multiple people have had alternate personalities. T.I., Eminem. If he does that, he will truly have marketed both personalities, both personas, both
with
variations of music.
With the marketing plans, that's pretty.
That's dog. If he
smart.
does, I'm sorry. I hope he don't see this and be like, these niggas blowing my shit. I'm just saying, but it's great. It's great genius marketing.
It's like in football. Shout out to the Lions. It's like in football. Like sometimes when you have a play set up so well, it doesn't matter if the defense knows what you're gonna run or not. You can't stop it. You can't stop a good play, and if that's what he's doing, it don't matter. If you talk about it, I talk about it. Millions of people watch this video.
I want my prediction out there, so y'all know I peep this shit.
We gonna mark this already. It's etched in time right here on Musix Future.
What? Musix Future.
Hey, but let's burn one more of them tracks, man, on our way to the next segment, which we got a hot artist that's burning up the whole hip hop scene nationwide right now, and it just happens to be our raw dog brother,
K.T. Gipson.
Yeah.
We gonna come back in. I said K.T. Gipson.
Who?
Nah, my man's. We supposed to go through it. It say K.T. Gipson.
Who is K.T. Gipson?
Holla at you on Musix Future.
We'll be right back.
Right on, bitch.
Yeah.
Don't you wanna count a meal before you die? Want that house up on the hill before you die? Hit the island for the thrill before you die. Don't you wanna keep it real before you die? 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 Don't you wanna count a meal before you die? Before you die? Want that house up on the hill before you die? 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 Don't you wanna count a meal before you die? Before you die? Want that house up on the hill before you die?
I don't know why I do shit like that. I be looking like I'm gonna get hyped and don't be hyped. We back. Hope you enjoyed my nigga K.T. Gipson, Raw Dog, That's the lead nigga off of Real Raw Dog Media Group right now.
Man,
Real Raw Dog Media Group. That's he's centralized out in Arizona right now, but he moving around and really doing his thing and killing the scene. He done traveled and been on tour that took him around down to the coast.
Man,
of the
he
South.
done opened up for Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Twista, and now
we got
Joyner Lucas coming up, man. And he got an album in the second quarter going on.
Who is Kt Gipson?
Who is this dude, man?
I had to check myself and not be biased. Otherwise, I'm gonna tell y'all now. This nigga gets 5 crosshairs.
Right.
We going into the greatest classic of the year.
Hey,
off rip. Nobody's touching this shit.
But,
shout out to my nigga Kt Gipson.
Now you remember?
No, I'm fucking around.
No, salute to that, all of that. Look though, Remember in the first episode in the first quarter, you mentioned when we did the review on Eminem Revival, and you had to step back and say, okay, now I admit I'm a fan of Eminem, so this is my moment where I'm gonna stop and say, okay, I gotta admit on this review right here, I'm a little biased because I'm a fan of Kt Gipson. Like, for real, dog. Like, and that's just real. Big salute out to him, man, for making the moves that he's making, man. It ain't easy out here for struggling artists, man.
Fuck no. And he doing his damn thing.
And dude, he really, like, you know, it's a true testimony to everything that they tell you in anybody's success story, in any business forum, wherever you want to look at. Determination, push, don't take no for an answer, never stop, all that corny shit that young dudes sometimes think, young people would say, period, and some artists of all ages or whatever forget that, you know. It's those major keys, man, for real, that you gonna need, that's always relevant in everybody's
success
story.
You.
For real. So now,
breaking it down, what'd you give him overall?
It's my man. He gonna get 4, flat out. No. Bow, bow, bow. I can do the other one like the Joker, like bow.
got Jerome and Jeremiah.
Shout out to Gotham. Yeah.
You gave him 4?
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie because it was a story. It ain't a struggle because I'll give it to him anyway. But no, it wasn't built like that. I honestly did like as unbiased as approach as I could, and I kind of pretty much already knew. If you're familiar with an artist like Kt, then you know what you're gonna get, and you're probably gonna get it consistently every time in those categories. So it was like, for me, the first 3 was kind of easy. The concept, like I say, always say, concept is the hardest one to get around here, and even for our brother. You know what I'm saying?
Though. I'm talking shit.
But
if it's
with
deserved,
everything involved, like everybody can't pull off a Who Is Blank D Blank album. You know, it did it. I looked at it and I said, well, we'll get back to that when we get to the concept core. We don't want to talk about that now. We won't get to the concept reasons.
He gonna kill me.
But it's fuck.
I gave him initially, and I really broke it down. I tried to do as best as I could to not be biased. I gave him 2.5.
What?
Again, it's not a bad. It's 2.5 ain't bad. But I initially gave him a 2.5, and I think I kind of settled on it's like 2.5, 3. It's a strong possible 3. But I'd have to break down why. I really have to break down why. And I had to do it as fair as I could. Like I even thought back to reasons for my other crosshairs for other artists, and I had to be fair because if we go compare and we gonna put people up on this platform, we gotta be able to hold them to a certain standard, and we gotta be fair with it. The same way I judge anybody else, I gotta be able to judge not only myself as an artist, but those closest to me.
Right.
And so I gave him 2.5, 3.
So with that being said, all right, because I'm looking forward to the explanation on your remarks.
I gave him 1 for lyrics.
You gave him 1 for lyrics.
I keep it short and sweet. I gave him 1 for lyrics. He's on here spitting.
As usual.
As usual, he's spitting. He comes with concepts like he does. And the structure of the lyrics and what he's trying to accomplish on each individual song comes through. Whether he just wants to spit and get you hype, whether he wants to tell you a story, it's like So Sick in Love. Deep dog, that's my shit.
Yeah.
He did it. Gets across there for me.
Definitely, and I agree. It's not nothing. It's not nothing like rocket science. That's what I was saying from the get go. Like when it comes to an artist like KT, there's certain things he does. If you're familiar with his work, if not, then you listen to an album like this and you'll find out the consistency of his. Wordplay is sick. Always real super. You gotta listen. Maybe the average person might have to listen 2 or 3 times before you get all the little metaphorical type stuff that's going on. It's crazy with concepts and stories, like you said, with So Sick in Love. Man, we waiting on that video too.
So Sick in Love needs a video. I'm just telling you.
A movie,
oh my God.
A little short movie. Real talk, it'll be a little mini movie.
If you don't listen to no other song,
Raw Dog mini movie. Okay. But anyway, look.
Shameless plug.
And no, real talk. Without the bias stuff and whatever involved. Lyrically, KT been sound, and he really getting better and better. And this album really is like homage to that.
A testament to his growth.
A testament to not only like lyrically with the context and more and substance or whatever, because Kanye always had that. You know, in some kind of way, fashion or form, he always had that, but now his voice, everything, getting his lyrics together, he's writing the chord like his breath and his breathing, it feel good, so he got that crosshair for me for lyrics.
And then the beats he's choosing to go along with it.
Right.
Moving on to the next
Moving
crosshair.
on to beats.
I gave him a crosshair for that because I dig the beats. I like the beats. Being from Detroit, he's never had it, but this, of course, him being somewhere else, finding other people to do music with and out of his element, he's found some real good production. And I think, me personally, I vibe to every beat on here. I enjoy them. I think always with any artist, sometimes there are beats you choose that you like that just don't come across to everybody else. And for me, the beats on here come across good for me.
Yeah, and I agree. He got a crosshair for me, of course, but I gave him 4. I gave him 4 because the beats were. I won't say that the beats were the best beats that I've ever heard. I think it was more a testimony to him picking the right beats for his lyrics. He does that very well too, and this ain't no gas up. It's just a testimony to what I know about him. And if you don't know, and if you question any of my opinions, you can feel free to go back, listen to more of that older, some of his older stuff, you know, and you'll see some of the older Raw Dog material, and you'll see the consistency of what I'm talking about. But in the beats, he's good at picking the beats that go with the song at hand. And so yeah, that wasn't a hard one because I enjoyed them, but I don't know if they were so much all together to do with the beat themselves. I think he got a way of making some beats sound better than what they really are.
Sometimes.
You know, which a good artist can do. You know, everybody can't carry a beat.
Right.
Sometimes they need a beat. Most artists need a beat to carry them. You know?
Which kind of takes us on to the third category, that music crosshair.
Music.
You gave him one for that. And was it pretty much for what you were just explaining?
It kind of is. It really is. It always comes down. I think I'm almost always going to probably give an artist that music category when I have given them lyrics and beats both.
Right.
A lot, but it don't always go hand in hand.
No,
it really don't.
It don't.
But in this case, it did. It did. It definitely did for me.
For me, this is where
it got shaky.
It got shaky for me.
Okay.
I feel like I got slighted, dog. I feel like I got slighted, dog.
Okay, come with it then. What didn't you get out of that? Out of the music category? What didn't go together?
And this is gonna lead me. And this is gonna lead me into the concept as well. I gave my half here, and it's all the songs I enjoyed. Out of 12 tracks, I enjoyed 7 songs. People that said, I like every single song on here. Out of 12 tracks, I like 7 songs. I feel slighted, dog. I feel slighted, dog.
Oh,
I don't want to do this like this.
Oh, but it is what it is. If we're being real, which that's what we gonna be.
If I gotta be honest, being real.
Yeah.
That's where the half came in at. There were 5. I mean, there's an intro, there's an outro, and there's 2 skits. And intro, outro, 2 skits, and a short song. So I guess it's kind of like an interlude, I guess.
Yeah.
I agree. It just. That's how we do things, and I fully understand it.
Right.
And that's why I gave him the half. We gonna play one of these songs real quick.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
We gonna play one of these songs, and we gonna come back, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish my explanation of the music portion, as well as the concept.
I get to pick the track this time.
Okay.
All right. It's Musix Future.
You can find me overseas with my backpack. You would not believe what's in my backpack. Might be on couple eye in my backpack. Fuck around and you can lose your life for this backpack. Yeah, they love the way we hustle. That's why when we come through, them fuckers, they don't move a muscle. Gotta pee for 2, 3 when I chirp. Shout it, chirp back, naked knapsack. Wham, holding all this work at, and it's good. It's all good. Yes, sir, it is all good. That girl is so bad, I might just fall through in my Fordwoods. I know y'all wish y'all could come through like we do, don't you? Wanna move like my crew, don't you? Wanna be all in my shoes, don't you? My backpack, yeah. Keep a couple of lines in my backpack, yeah. Get a couple of dimes in my backpack, yeah. Get a couple of lines in my backpack, yeah. Ain't fucking around with my backpack.
Quarterly review number 2, and we just we in the second segment of this right here.
K.T. Gipson.
Going over who is Kt Gipson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was explaining my music crosshair. I gave my half. That put me at 2.5.
Okay.
And like I said, I felt slighted. Not really, but it was just because out of 12 tracks, it was 7 songs, and skits, and intros and stuff, which leads me into the concept.
Yeah. You wanted a little more. It's kind of what you're saying. You kind of wanted a little more.
Well, here's where it's not that I wanted more. It's just if this was somebody else, if this was anybody else,
right,
they would have definitely lost something from it.
Right.
They would have lost a half a point or damn near the full point. You know what I'm saying? If this was anybody else, because let's be real, for you to even get that music crosshair from me, out of 12 tracks on your album, you would need at least 7 songs for me to give you that crosshair. You need more than just half. And 6 and 6 is half. 7 and 5 is 1 over half.
I kind of felt like the majority of everything outside of skits or whatever, but the skits were fine. But I'm saying as far as the music, I didn't see where he missed.
He didn't miss anything.
I didn't see
every
where
song
he
was
missed
fire
on combining, and that's what I was getting at, like about the beat, him picking the right beats, because it allowed him to be able to express himself on the track in the right tones and in the right key of everything that he was doing.
All that was on point.
So everything
all
was
that
there.
Was on point.
I felt like I went through a quick scan of production, and it got a little iffy on some of the production value. I might have wanted to see more, but at the end of the day, he had enough in there where I look for artists, and they lose me at sometimes when there's just a beat playing, and they rapping, and they killing it. They might be rapping their ass off over it or whatever. Ain't missing nothing. The beat ain't missing nothing, but the beat is just what it is. It's just basically a 4-8 bar loop just going. Might be fire, but it's going. Ain't no breaks in it. There is nothing customized to the artist's lyrics. Where I feel like when I'm listening to the tracks on KT's album, I felt the connection with the lyrics and the music, and the drops and the feel. He would build shit up. You know what I mean? And it would break and smoke would clear, and he'd be sitting there with his fat ass.
This nigga gotta throw shots and shit. That's what we do, you know.
No, but hey, look.
That's Fat Man. If you listen to the album, you hear me, then you hear myself.
Shout out to Slim Fast. Look, but no, I'm not gonna get off track, man. Stop.
That's that nigga's pants, motherfucker. Slim Fast. That shit ain't working, boy. Let me stop.
But no.
I still love you.
It was done. It was. I think I really over the majority of the tracks. I'm not gonna get picky, and that's the part where I kind of like maybe I was a little easy on them. Where we could be a little bit tough sometimes, or whatever, or just real. Like brutally honest.
Yeah.
We could be brutally honest sometimes. I think sometimes we kind of getting the stuff we building. Mm-hmm. We building here because we ain't unleashed nothing real. We ain't been as cold, but if y'all seen the process sometimes behind the scenes, man, they might think we were some haters. But
right.
no, this is built.
So I mean, you know, I gave him that halfie and going into concept. That's where he got his another halfie from.
Okay.
So that's how he ended up at a full 3.
Got you.
Again, I tried to be as unbiased as I could.
Yeah.
Break it down the same way I do everybody else. Who is Kt Gipson? That's not a statement. It's not a one-word title. It's not a phrase. It's a question.
Yeah.
Who is Kt Gipson? So when I open this, I want to see if you explain to me who the fuck is Kt Gipson. I want to. When I'm done, I want to know. Do I know who Kt Gipson is?
Granted.
It's also one of the more basic concepts for any artist to use.
Yeah, it is. It is, and everybody can't pull it off.
We saw Vasi World.
Yeah.
Cloud 909. There's a plethora of artists. They take on this concept in some way, form, or fashion. But again, he's posed a question.
Yeah.
Which is oftentimes conceptually easier to do than just making a statement. Vasi World.
True that.
Cloud 909.
I don't know where you're gonna go with that. Really, to be honest,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why they didn't get it.
The picture.
Remember that
picture.
artist.
The picture.
Yeah.
The album cover.
Yeah.
A little basic as well.
True that.
But it can also be viewed as you see him in the background, but you don't see him in the background. Mm-hmm. You see who he is, but you can't really see who he is. Again, who is that? Is that Kt Gipson? Who is Kt Gipson?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I'm following my line.
Yeah.
I'm following my line.
Following your line of criteria.
When I go through the track list,
mm-hmm.
this is why I also understand the mini skits, we'll call them.
Yeah.
The intro. We're introducing you to the album.
Yeah.
Buckle up, welcome to the ride. We go through each song, he's giving you a piece of who he is, the backpack. You ever see this nigga?
Where I'm
he's
at.
constantly got a backpack on.
Where I'm at.
I could give you a history of I could give you our history.
Come on now, you talking about.
You'll never know. We've been accosted, they've been accosted by police, we've been accosted by police, by anybody. CDs, you never know what's in somebody's bag. That's that man's bag, that's his backpack. It could be his, you don't know. It's my backpack, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get an idea. But it's also a fun track. It's nothing serious, nothing tough, nothing gangster.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's a backpack life though.
There's
a backpack life.
Never know what's in a nigga's backpack.
They even got a term for it. Backpackers. But he's not a backpacker. He probably would fall in there. You know what I'm saying? But granted though.
And then you get to some of the skits,
yeah.
Phone calls, people calling in, explaining who Kt Gipson is to them, and again the music follows suit to the outro. You know, conceptually, I think he went top to bottom with it.
Yeah.
If this was anybody else though, and I did it with Vasi World, Cloud 909, they wouldn't have got it because it's such a basic concept. Not a knock. It's not a knock.
No.
But this is why I say when looking at it, I had to be fair. For me, that's how I broke it down.
Well,
that's how he got 3, but it's still a great album.
He scrolls out that 4, and I mean, like I said from at the top when I first said I gave him 4. I had to, you know, it might seem like I'm being generous in this second quarter, but it's not so much. It's good shit, it's good music, and I'm gonna give it what it is. I gave it to him, and I almost struggled at first. I had half wrote down. I had 3.5.
Oh, okay.
And the more,
oh, that's what you was struggling with.
Yeah. But it was the reason why maybe you didn't give it to him might be the reason why I did so much, because I feel like he did exactly do that after, okay, cool, all the reasons you said.
I mean,
and put all that together with, did this answer the question when I listened to the music? Did it answer the question, who is K.T. Gipson?
yes.
Okay, but I'm answering this right now.
Damn, you see how this nigga cut off in my shit?
Did he just have his
He asked the question. I was just.
No.
I'm ad-libbing. I'm hype manning this nigga right now like, yes.
Yeah, but that was my answer. But it was.
Shut up.
But it was mine. But yeah, but I agree though. So look, yeah, did he answer that? Yeah, he did answer it. So you the one that gave him a half though. So that's why I'm saying we understand your half and ass. I'm trying to see why. I'm trying to tell why I gave him a whole one based on the exact same thing that you just said. You just laid it out for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Saved us some time on recording. Because I'm going to say all of what he said, and in the fact that within there, he didn't say, okay, who is K.T. Gipson? In each track he said, I am this. Like, I am Group. I am K.T. I am K.T. Or each track, I am K.T. I am K.T. He didn't do that. But he did answer the question. If you look at each track, they tell you of some reason how he became K.T. Gipson. Each track is a piece of him, and it'll explain why he is K.T. Gipson. So you would have to look at it like it's not the obvious, like, here, this is me, I'm K.T. Gipson, and this is why they call me K.T. Gipson, because my name is Killer T.
Ooh. What is he gonna say? Hey, you better go check the interview, motherfucker.